Hello, students. Welcome to the tea processing class. I am teacher Huang Hui. In this lesson, we will study the primary processing technology of dark tea together. By the end of this course, you should be able to understand the processing technology of dark tea. Familiarize yourselves with the appropriate standards for each step in the processing, and independently carry out the processing and production of dark tea. Dark tea is a post-fermented tea. Its primary processing flow mainly includes fresh tea leaves, gives enzyme intivation, gives rolling, gives pile fermentation, gives drying, or fresh tea leaves, gives enzyme intivation, gives rolling, gives drying, gives wet pile fermentation, gives drying. Among these, pile fermentation is the key step in dark tea processing. It is the main stage that forms the quality characteristics of dark tea, such as its orange-yellow liquor, mellow taste, and yellow-brown or dark-brown brewed leaves. Below, we will explain in detail requirements for fresh tea leaves. First, let's understand the requirements for fresh tea leaves in dark tea processing. The quality of fresh tea leaves is an important factor determining the quality of dark tea. Therefore, dark tea production requires fresh tea leaves to have a certain degree of maturity and freshness. Taking Hunan dark tea as an example, first grade dark tea requires one bud with 3 to 4 leaves. Second grade mainly requires one bud with 4 to 5 leaves. Third grade mainly requires one bud with 5 to 6 leaves. And fourth grade mainly requires open-face leaves. The harvest of fresh tea leaves should be sent to the processing factory as soon as possible, spread and cooled on clean ground, and processed promptly. Enzyme inactivation. Dark tea enzyme initiation is divided into manual enzyme initiation and mechanical enzyme initiation. The purpose of enzyme inactivation, like in green tea, is to use high temperature to halt the catalytic action of enzymes. Due to the coarse and old raw materials of dark tea, to avoid uneven or incomplete enzyme inactivation caused by insufficient moisture, except for rain-moistened leaves, dew-moistened leaves, and tender buds, sprinkling water for hydration is often performed before enzyme inactivation. Generally, 1 kilogram of water is sprinkled for every 10 kilograms of fresh tea leaves. During hydration, the leaves are turned while sprinkling water to ensure even distribution, facilitating uniform and thorough enzyme interaction. Manual enzyme inactivation typically uses a large diameter inclined pan with a diameter of 80 to 90 centimeters. The pan temperature is controlled at 280 to 320 degrees Celsius, with 4 to 5 kilograms of leaves per batch. High temperature quick stir frying is adopted, and the entire enzyme inactivation process takes about 2 minutes. After the fresh leaves are added to the pan, they are quickly and evenly turned with both hands. When the leaves become too hot to handle, a tea stir-frying fork is used for tossing and stir-frying, commonly known as bright forking. When steam appears, the right hand holds the fork, while the left hand grabs a straw bundle, rolling and steaming the leaves, commonly known as steaming fork. Bright forking rapidly evaporates moisture, while steaming fork retains steam. To ensure even and thorough enzyme inactivation, more steaming and less bright forking should be used. How to determine whether enzyme inactivation is adequate? When tender leaves cling to the fork, the leaves become soft and sticky. Tea stems do not break easily. The leaf color changes from bluish-green to dark green, and a certain fresh fragrance is emitted. It indicates adequate enzyme inactivation. If the leaf color remains bluish-green and tea stems break easily, it indicates insufficient enzyme inactivation. If the leaves turn yellow or scorched and the fresh fragrance disappears, it indicates over-enzyme inactivation. Mechanical enzyme inactivation uses a drum-type enzyme inactivation machine. The standard for adequate enzyme inactivation is the same as for manual enzyme inactivation and will not be elaborated here. Rolling. Dark tea rolling is divided into 2 steps, initial rolling and re-rolling. Initial rolling preliminarily forms the leaves into strips, kneading out tea juice to adhere to the leaf surface. Re-rolling tightens the loosened tea strips after pile fermentation. The tea base, after initial rolling, does not need ball breaking and is directly piled for fermentation. After pile fermentation, ball breaking should be performed first, fully shaking and straightening the tea strips before re-rolling. Research by the Anhua Tea Experiment Station shows that using a medium-sized rolling machine for initial rolling and a small-sized rolling machine for re-rolling with light pressure, short time, and slow rolling for both steps yields good results. Regarding the degree of rolling, initial rolling requires most coarse old leaves to form wrinkled strips and achieve a certain cell disruption rate. Through re-rolling, the cell disruption rate of both leaves and stems significantly increases, playing an important role in enhancing the appearance and internal quality of the finished tea. The degree of rolling is mainly judged through our senses. Pile fermentating. As mentioned earlier, pile fermentation is a unique step in the primary processing of dark tea and is key to forming its quality. It is defined as piling the rolled leaves for 12 to 24 hours, during which a series of profound oxidation and decomposition of internal components occur under the combined effects of heat, moisture, and microorganisms, forming the unique quality of dark tea. Purposes of pile fermentation are mainly twofold. First, to oxidize polyphenolic compounds, removing some astringency. Second, to change the leaf color from dark green or dark green with yellow to yellow-brown, forming the unique quality characteristics of dark tea. For pile fermentation, a suitable site must be selected. It should be a clean ground away from windows, avoiding direct sunlight, with some air circulation, room temperature controlled above 25 degrees Celsius, and relative humidity maintained around 85%. The tea base after initial rolling is immediately piled, up to a height of 70 to 100 centimeters, covered with a damp cloth or similar, to retain heat and moisture. The moisture content of the tea base should be around 65%. Too much or too little moisture is undesirable. Too much moisture can cause rotting. Too little moisture slows down the pile fermentation and leads to uneven chemical transformation. Regarding the adequacy of pile fermentation, when the tea base has been piled for about 24 hours, inserting a hand into the pile feels warm. The leaf temperature reaches about 45 degrees Celsius. Water droplets appear on the surface of the pile. The leaf color is yellow-brown, and a pungent distiller's grain or spicy sour odor is emitted. It indicates adequacy. The pile should be immediately opened for ball breaking and re-rolling. If the leaf color is yellow-green and the coarse astringency is strong, it indicates insufficient pile fermentation. If the leaf color is black, the tea base feels muddy and slippery when held, and there is a strong sour and spoiled odor. It indicates over-pile fermentation. Drying. Drying is the final step in the primary processing of dark tea. Its purpose is the same as for other tea types, to lose moisture and consolidate the already formed quality characteristics. At the same time, through drying, the unique quality style of dark tea is further developed and formed. The drying methods for dark tea vary by origin and mainly include the following three types. Sun drying. This is the traditional drying method for dark tea, using sunlight to remove moisture on one hand. On the other hand, and promote physicochemical changes in the tea's internal components. Drying to a moisture content of about 13% is appropriate. Open fire roasting. This is also a traditional drying method for dark tea, generally using pine wood for open fire roasting. It not only removes moisture, but also produces a special pine smoke aroma. Under the smoking and baking of pine wood, roasting to a moisture content of 8% to 10% is appropriate. Mechanical drying. This is the most commonly used drying method today, ensuring product quality and hygiene safety, while significantly improving production efficiency. Drying to a moisture content of about 10% is appropriate. In this lesson, we studied the primary processing technology of dark tea, mainly including enzyme indirection, rolling, pile fermentation, and drying. Please review carefully after class. See you in the next lesson.